Hello, divas, diamonds, and dolls. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Femininity with Momma Gail. Today, let's continue on with the things that every feminine woman must deal with or work on. Today, we are going to talk about emotions, 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 emotions. As women, we are emotional creatures by nature. As feminine women, as we progress in our journey towards femininity, we have to deal with and work on our emotions. Because we will get caught up in, I'm feeling some kind of way. Oh, I didn't like the way he said. I did not appreciate his attitude when I asked him for. We're caught up in our emotions. We talked about the ego. We talked about our attitudes. We talked about our mouths. The fourth video, we talked about past relationships, how we can't bring the old into the new. With our feelings and our emotions, it's wrapped up in those four areas I just talked about. Because what we were able to get away with in the past, in past relationships, running off at the mouth, caught up in our ego, being ego driven, telling us what to do, caught up in an attitude. All of that has to be checked so that we check our emotions. When you're feeling some kind of way about a situation, it's wasted time because this gentleman, you know you're going to be with him. You know you're going to continue on in relationship. So you're in your feelings for the moment because things either did not go your way or you didn't like the way something was said. And instead of you waiting until or examining it and looking at it from the aspect of, well, what was the mood? How did I catch him? Not always reflecting everything around you. But why was it said the way that it was said? Did you take it out of content? Oh, I'm in my feelings. I'm not cooking nothing tonight. He ain't getting no more of the goodies. I'm asleep in another room. This, that, and the other. Them emotions, get the feminine woman treated like everybody else. Because you're caught up in the senses of how you feel about how he made you feel. And I'm not saying that emotions aren't valid because there's a time and a place for everything. But when it's pointless, little petty, childish, he made me feel some type of way, type of emotions, if it's not anything detrimental or anything that you can wait and address later on and let him know, honey, I didn't appreciate when you said such and such the way that you said it, when it's valid, not just, oh, I'm in my feelings, so I'm about to shut down this, that, and the other. Feminine women don't do that. We are consistent and continue to do the thing that we have been doing, and when the time is right, we'll address something that's valid. You don't bring petty issues, petty problems, petty feelings and emotions to your mate because you're feeling some type of way when you didn't examine and look at it from the other perspective. As women, we are selfish. We get caught up in us. I didn't appreciate that. I didn't like that. He didn't have to say it like that. And then we tell other people and we're caught up in our emotions, and then when we talk to our man or our woman, whatever your preference is, and you find out that it wasn't that serious, that it was something else on their mind, something that they were going through, or even after you done told everybody else, caught up in your emotions, he comes back to you later without you having to say anything and say to you, sweetie, I apologize for the way that I spoke to you earlier. You didn't deserve that. I had this, that, and the other, X, Y, and Z on my mind. And I apologize for the way that I said, the way that I responded, the way that I answered. Then what? You done called your mom and them Done told your girlfriends, been caught up in your feelings, you didn't cook any dinner, he ain't getting no twat tonight was your conversation because you caught up in your feelings instead of being consistent and waiting it out. The inconsistency is very ugly for a feminine woman. Your emotions will make you inconsistent. Stay in the flow, in the rhythm of your femininity, Follow your feminine energy. You're supposed to be different, a sweet spot. You're supposed to be soft. You're supposed to be a place of understanding. And I'm not saying being a pushover or overlooking when he speaks to you and continue to speak to you in a certain tone and things of that nature. That's far from what I'm saying. But deal with your emotions. Examine what it is. Give it some time to wait out. Now, if it's something continual, then you have to check it. You'll have to say something to him in a ladylike, feminine, decent, respectable way. And if it continues, then you have to do what you need to do to check the brother. And what I mean by that is if you have to leave, because no woman, that's abuse. No feminine woman should sit and take. No woman, period, should sit and take abuse that she does not have to take. Nobody forces you to be in this relationship. And even if you're married, abuse is not normal. Abuse is something going on within him if he's abusing you. I can't tell you to leave. I'm not going to tell you to stay. But you need counseling, therapy, or something. But anywho, back to the emotional state. Sweetness. Don't get caught up in your feelings, in your emotions, in your whole little drama scene and things of that nature. If it's not valid. If it's not something that is going to make any difference in what your response is, whether you stay or go, or if it's abusive in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Check your emotions. Deal with your emotions. I always talk about woosah. Learn to woosah. Take it in and see what comes of it. And if he does not, come back and apologize or acknowledge that he was in a bad mood or whatever it was, he had something else on his mind, then you address it in a feminine, soft, sweet way. This is Femininity with Momma Gail. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a blessed and prosperous day, divas, diamonds, and dolls.